touched on this briefly the other day. I was sitting on the couch, bored at home, as you do, about 1 o'clock in the morning, and on Jerry Bickle's website, and I was racing Super Sedan at the time, and I looked at the door slammer and I said, click, collect, I'm going to buy a door slammer, and we did.
And it's just sort of snowballed from there. I mean, you're building a new one again. Run us through some of the changes in the new car.
Yeah, look, the old car, unfortunately, that was the car I had the accident at Calder Park in 2017, so that's history, unfortunately. We had a new car in a plane flying from America the day I had the accident and landed that day. We've gone fast in that car. We've been 81. The car's got a lot more potential. We're going to run it in January in 2 weeks from now. We'd like to see that car run into the 60s before we retire it. I've got a brand new Jerry Bickle 69 Camaro, all the latest and greatest fruit, so to speak. It's got a Liberty 5-speed auto, the chance converter, all the Noonan heads, all the Noonan stuff now. Rob Ambrosi looks after all the horsepower, so there's more than enough horsepower. But at the end of the day, we think the car should run into the low 50s.
Wow, that's really fast for a slammer, really. That's right up there, the top point. About how much horsepower do they make?
That's a question for Mr.
About
4,000.
About 4,000.
Yeah.
If Rob tunes it real good, maybe a bit more.
Yeah, no, he's on the money, don't worry about that.
What keeps you in drag racing? What is it about drag racing that keeps you coming back and spending the money?
That's the question. I think there's something a little bit wrong with me mentally, perhaps. But the problem, look, here's the thing. You go fast in a car like you go fast on a bike. You get off at the other end. You're not sure if you're going to spew, or you're going to cry, or you're going to laugh. Okay? And then you get to the other end, it's all over, and you're running around happy. Even if you run a crap time, you're still happy. Then you go back to work and you're sad. So a bad day at the track is better than a good day at work.
Look, I couldn't sum it up much better than that. Thanks, Rob Taylor, for your time.
Thank you.
Rob Ambrosi.
How are you?
Ambrosi Racing, mate. It's good to see your smiling face again.
Thank you. How are you?
Mate, I'm fantastic on this Sunday. It's day 2 here in Maguire's MotorEx. We had a fantastic night last night.
Yeah, it was a good night actually.
You've had the cars out in the sun yesterday?
Yeah, we had a few drinks there last night and found it a little bit hard to go back to bed, but I was all right.
So you're here with your alcohol car this weekend. You've been out of the seat for a little while, but a fair bit of work going on that car now?
Yeah, there's a bit of work going on in that car at the moment. We've all teamed up with Taylor Motorsports, so we've got a lot of work to do between the door slammers and the funny car. We're going to get my car back out ready to run. Hopefully mid to the end of the year we'll test that. My daughter's also going to jump into a dragster. And yeah, we're just it's a big family affair. Get out there, have some fun. Like Rob said, you cry sometimes, you'll be happy other times. You just got to go with the flow and have some fun.
Now, people haven't seen your alcohol funny car. It was on the internet a couple of years ago. You had a huge fire explosion in that.
Yeah, I had a camshaft that actually broke in half, and when that went bang, a massive hole in the intake manifold. Kicked no rods out, so the motor was okay, but the explosion was pretty horrific. The supercharger came up and tilted virtually 90 degrees and pushed all the fuel inside the cabin and burnt everything, even my eyebrows, a whole lot.
Well, it's growing back, that's the good news.
Yeah, that was alright.
Now, a funny car is very different because when that body comes down, it sort of encapsulates you. What's that sensation like?
Well, like I said yesterday, if you're claustrophobic, forget about it. It is very, 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 you're tight in there, you know what I mean? But look, when the body comes down for me, I feel one. I'm probably more nervous when they go to fire it and bring the body down, or when that body's down, it's it's on and let's go.
And when you're doing 250 mile an hour, you're 400 metres down the racetrack, you've got a huge supercharger and injection hat in front of you. How do you focus on things?
I look at the end of the track. You can't see in front of you, and it'd be no much like a door car. You cannot see in front. So you virtually, your peripheral version is what you use for your sides, so that when it does get out of shape or there's a lot of clutch dust, and you can't see, you need to be able to steer yourself pretty straight. But hopefully one day me and Rob are going to have a nitro funny car because Georgie wants us to do it.
Well, there you go, permission granted. Oh, there we go, nitro funny car, side by side Ambrosi racing. That's going to be one to see.
Oh yeah.
All right, thanks Rob.
No worries, thanks guys.
We might catch up with Monique and Ambrosi, who's with us today. Talk up, Bonnie.
I've kind of lost my voice, but I hope you guys can understand me.
So for people who haven't been around drag racing, not only are you stepping back into drag racing, you did juniors, now you've got yourself a new car.
Yes, I haven't actually raced for 6 years. I used to race a junior dragster, stopped racing when I was about 16 or 17. We've now purchased a car, which is a modified dragster. We bought it back in 2019, stripped it and rebuilt the entire thing to obviously suit the needs of myself, the driver, and my race team. So it carries a 355 Holden engine with a power glide in the back. So it'll run about 8 seconds to the quarter mile at 180 miles per hour. So it's time to scare my dad a little bit.
Now, what most people probably don't realise is normally when we find you at a drag meet, you're covered in clutch dust. You're actually under your dad's car working on it. So you're very involved in the Ambrosia racing business as well?
Yeah, so I work on my dad's private golf funny car. So he's carries a 502 Brad Anderson Hemi. I complete the bottom end on that car. So checking the rear main, check the rod bearings, see if everything's all right, and then we go out for more rounds.
And not only that, you're building your own street car, which we might see at Maguire's MotorEx one day.
I am. So I actually bought a HQ Kingswood, which is on standby at the moment. I bought a 1970s genuine GT Ford Capri, which I'm doing up. Mini tubs with a 275 radial under it with a 347 Windsor. So that's very shortly going to be on the street, just as a street car. But yeah, I can't wait.
Oh mate, you're a very busy lady. We'll let you go because we'll let you rest that voice. Look, the best thing you can do is go and check out Monique in the car down there because he'll talk for himself. Oh, Phil, do we want to have a chat with Phil Lamartina? Look, a Victorian. We've got a Victorian in the house. Top fuel racer, Phil Lamartina, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
500 kilometres an hour, and you don't do it over 400 metres. You've cut that a bit short now in Top Fuel, just over 300 metres.
Yeah, obviously with the US going to 1,000-foot racing, we adopted that over here in Australia, which I'll be honest, at the start, a little bit of a purist, quarter mile drag racing I wasn't really comfortable with, but for us, you know, what we're doing with the cars now, it's sort of probably is a little bit better for turnaround and performance-wise. So, and mate, the racing's really tight. So, yeah, it's a good thing.
You've got to be an adrenaline junkie to want to step into basically a rocket ship on wheels, go from 0 to 500 kilometres an hour in less than 4 seconds, in less than, or 300 metres. Why? There was a while that you were out of the seat. You had some issues there. You had an accident. You got out of the seat. It brought you back though. What is it about it?
Yeah, I don't. It's hard to explain, but it's like there's something missing in your life. And the worst part about for us was we kept racing and just being on the start line. And it just kills you. I don't even know. It's hard to talk about it because I can't even explain why. I've had to family members and friends, and they just can't understand. It's an addiction, and you know, Rob said something very poignant. Like at the end of a run, you just feel bulletproof after a run. It's just crazy. You can actually feel the adrenaline running through your veins. It's just crazy, and you just want more. It's such a high, and then you wait for the next run. It's just crazy.
Oh look, mate, we can see it's very hard to come to words now. Recently in Ventura, you had the Top Fuel Championship where we raced 8th mile. We got the win there on home ground, and what I didn't realise, there was a lot of your friends and family back at home that hadn't seen you race. Yeah, no, there would have been probably 500-600 people there just that I knew, and yeah, no, it was cool. It was a cool thing to do for the series to come to a regional racetrack and bring, you know, 6 tough Top Fuel cars. The first day we were just struggling with, you know, the setup, but then we sort of got our stuff together, and the racing was tight. The facility, you know, looked good on camera and everything, and it was a huge crowd. And to be able to, you know, script it to win and take the points lead and everything like that, you just couldn't do it any better. Hey, you scripted it real well.
Yeah, they're the things that you only dream about in your racing career, to be able to do little things like that, and we were able to pull it off. And it was great, just crazy.
Now, Laverton, the Top Fuel race team, has been part of a couple of championships over its time. What's it like to go through the whole season and chase that championship?
You know what, that's a very good question, because I suppose I entered back into this championship now thinking that I wasn't maybe good enough to win, especially when you see the likes of the other competitors, Pete Zibras, Premier, the Rapasadas, the Reeds, and ourselves. I just didn't think that maybe I was good enough to be able to win. So to be able to be leading the championship right now with 3 rounds to go, and anything's possible. I think personally for me, running the race team and then be able to drive, and then having Shane as a teammate, to be able to see him to be successful as well, but then also too wanting myself to be successful, that's a very tough balance. But I'm very excited that maybe I can pull it off, and why not be me, I suppose.
And you're the Burson's Auto Parts Top Fuel Drags are up there near Motor Madness. When are you starting that up tonight?
Around about 2 o'clock, I think. Yeah, so
get
I mean, under strict instructions, we're not allowed to blip the throttle, but I don't know. I reckon we might.
I won't tell anybody.
Just don't tell that bloke over there. He's shaking his head.
I reckon you can do it. The crowd wants you to do it.
I reckon they would.
Thanks for your time, Phil. It's been fantastic chatting with you.
Thanks.
To another legend of motorsport, John Bow has joined us up here. Welcome, John. It's a glorious day here at MotorEx.
Fantastic, thank you, mate. Thank you for inviting me. I'm out of my depth here with all this horsepower.
Well, you're very different. They do it in a very short period of time. You extend yours. I suppose it's a very different style of motor racing where it's not short, sharp and high horsepower, it's about longevity.
I guess there's lots of different areas of motorsport. I just happen to get in the one where the corners are in the way, but I have great respect for these guys. I know what Phil means when he says how he feels after. I feel like that when I race, so it's the same adrenaline. It's a shame you can't bottle it.
Look, you've been to many racetracks. What would be a favourite section of a racetrack that you would love?
Racetracks that you go well at, you're always fond of. So, but in our world, Bathurst is the best place. Best track, most challenging, very satisfying if you do it okay. So I love going to Bathurst. I raced last weekend in the 6-hour race. Every chance I get, I've got your voice. You've given it to me now. Yeah, too much talking, that's what it is, yeah.
It's all right, Rob Taylor can sign language for us.
Good.
Well, look, that's it. What's a car that you would like to race that you possibly haven't gotten into?
I've driven most cars in most categories, really. I sort of, as I've got older, I raced quite a lot of historic cars, so I like that era because, listening to you talk about your Capri, I love those. I think they're an awesome car, especially with a little V8 in them. Yeah. So there's not many really that I want to race. I mean, I've raced nearly everything I wanted to race. So, and I'll continue to do so if I can. Anyway.
Mate, it's been a fantastic career you've had. Now, will we get you in a celebrity drag car? That is the question.
Highly unlikely, I reckon. I don't want to make a mess.
I'm sure Phil would love to strap you and take you for a ride.
I'm sure Phil would. I mean, I've known Phil for quite a long time, but I'm not so sure that he'd appreciate the vomit all inside.
And you're here this weekend with Rare Spares, of course. They support you throughout your racing.
Yes, they have, and for a long time. Yes, they first of all they're friends, and they make a massive contribution to the classic car world because without the stuff they make, a lot of these cars wouldn't be here. So I love them as a group of people, and I love what they do.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, John Bad. Thank you to everybody here.
Drew's a burnout guy from way back as well, so it's all but fitting that these guys get to go for a bit of a lap here at MotorEx. And he's already got the arm out the window, doing the lazy boy, just chilling out.
Skates, wait, do you wanna test your fate? Wait, you won't work out like a shake, wait. We thought we had the word for rough, I know we had words to change the world, like we got the work to change the words.
Yeah, Michael Green
if you
from the
want that smoke, we'll bring it all.
Give Barry Hall a bit of a taste.
Every single shooter's gonna follow.
Massive round of applause once I get that finished. We are going live on the Truth Band at MotorEx.
23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss. 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss. 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss. 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss.
Game time, doing gang signs, 7 and undefined, everything else just aim on. Chillin' with hang time, studio visit this playtime. Dolly and Dub at the same time, pull up in the jet from Shanghai. Yeah, y'all gotta give up the sticks, taking my gang on a trip. First championship, give me that, then we gon' stack up chips. Stay y'all up at yourself for real, living a life full of cap. Finna run up a check for real, so I put the team on my back. Most of you lame stay the same, y'all don't go through pain. If we attain gang fame, nothing will ever change. Taking no breaks all day, 100K minimum wage. That's to the play, AK, shooting from long range.
Alright, here's
Shooting from
himself.
long range.
Drop the Castleman Roadshow car.
We don't play games.
Ex-AFL player.
With the shot, we don't got it. If you
Absolute man,
switch produce the spot, you cannot reclaim. Headed to the top, what else can I say? Where I come from, we don't stop until we get the rain. Don't compare my squad to yours, cause we don't move the same. We keep a distance from you clowns, cause y'all be switching lanes. 23,
see where he's going. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. What do you reckon, Barry? Oh, give him a massive round of applause. Absolutely epic stuff. A man of many talents. This is probably the moment you've been waiting for.
23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with
He
me
won
and they
Rocky
never
Nats
miss.
2 weeks ago up in Rockhampton.
23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss. 23, 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss. 23, 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss. I put the squad on my back. Going forward, we ain't never looking back. I don't came a long way, now I laugh about the past and the friends that I had. Yeah, 2, 3, put it on for my team and the homies. Lately I've been on my grind if you know me. That fan for the win like Ginobili. I remember growing up, they told me I'll never be nothing, it was OD. Now I'm going for the chip with the whole team. When they find me the game, that's on me. Yeah, taking my time day by day. I pray to God on a daily. I found a way because I was lost, now I lead the team like I'm Brady. You see the squad, you know who we are. We pull up this perfect contenders. We doing well, we never take L's, but I can see y'all like pretend. 23, 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss. 23, 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss. 23, 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss. 23, 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss.
We can hit the target blindfolded. Oh, you think you better, man, you folded. Laying down in bed without no focus. So we became lions to a
family
locust.
absolutely synonymous with burnouts.
I put him on shades, wait. Do you
So
wanna
good that they can
anticipate?
pass
Wait,
along
don't
through
work
the
out like a shake,
generations.
wait. We thought we had the word for word. Find out we had words to change the world. Now we got the work to change the words.
And if you've been around burnouts for a while, you've probably seen this car too. Russell
Every single
Harris,
shooter's gonna fall.
Pink VL,
We will
number
only
plate
switch to get
loose.
them layups through.
Skid
I don't
cartel
ever
stickers
quit,
down
cut me
the
the
side.
day
Let's
I
see what
do.
he's got for us.
23, 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss. 23, 23, yeah, 23.
Here we go,
I got
ladies and
shooters and they
gentlemen,
with
Russell
me
Harris
and they
up to
never
the
miss.
pass.
23, 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss. 23, 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss.
Game time, throwing gang signs. Seven and undefined, everything else just ain't mine. Chillin' with hang time, studio visit this playtime. Golly and live at the same time. Pull up in jet from Shanghai, yeah. Y'all gotta give up the sticks. Taking my gang on a trip. First championship, then we gon' stack up chips. Stay up about yourself for real. Living a life full of cap. Finna run up with tech for real. So I put the team on my back. Most of you lame stay the same, y'all don't go through pain. If we attain gang fame, nothing will ever change. Taking no breaks all day, 100K minimum wage. Into the play, AK, shooting from long range.
Shooting from long range, undefined be the game. We don't play games. Every day with the shot, we don't gotta aim. If you snooze, you lose the spot and you cannot reclaim. Headed to the top, what else can I say? Where I come from, we don't stop until we get the rain. Don't compare my squad to yours, cause we don't move the same. We keep a distance from you clowns, cause y'all be switching lanes. 23, 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss. 23, 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss. 23, 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss. 23, 23, yeah, 23. I got shooters and they with me and they never miss.
my skin tone. Look at my color. All my sisters is queens, all my brothers is kings. We protect one another. Pull up on the scene like a dope boy chillin'. Got me steady yelling from that black boy killing. Got me steady yelling from that black boy killing. From that black boy killing. I ain't got no feelings. Black injustice, I'm a busters. Can't just trust us. Why this man is take his toll. Black is peace, the blackest streets with black police and black descendants take my soul. Huey Newton, Bobby Seale was probably shooting out for real. A cap I kill. But where I'm from, we call it self-defense, cause whites was killing blacks before they steal. What we gonna do now? It's like what we gonna do? Protection's a weapon, injection, I'm stressing, I got it for you. Mama died, my pops alive, my brother died, that means there's only two that's left. I ain't scared of death, my only last request is that my peoples get respect. Look in my eyes, look at my pain, look in my eyes. Oh, it's a shame, every time I look around it always wanna put us down. Use a king and use a queen, the skin is golden, wear your crown. Look in my eyes, look at my pain, look in my eyes. Oh, it's a shame, every time I look around they always wanna put us down. Use a king, use a queen, the skin is golden, wear your crown. See for justice, listen, it's just us. Gotta maintain all the strain, on the pain, all the time of the pain. Black injected, my collective, be selective what you say and what you do. Dissertation, reparation, generation, we be facing boys in blue. See, it's my life, trying to live, but they won't let us live, cause black lives don't mean much to them, but still we all black kings, we all black queens, we all black princess, black princess. Your life is worthy, I'm worthy, you are enough, so we shall shine and keep it on our mind. Cause see, police brutality, segregation, evil nation, no penetration, it is just elevation that we shall keep striving as we proceed to continue rocking this venue of life, that we keep moving precise and it's never gonna be equal, but so deceiving for our people, but we shall maintain, stay the same, refuse to change, break the mental chains and mental slavery. Oh, this is bravery, it's so majestic, I'm so eclectic. Oh God, I am so protected. You never stop me, never caught me, not a carbon of this, but wanna be that, wanna be freedom that we become and we shall receive and we shall be.